ask is, well, how are you the fastest blockchain? And the answer to that is we combine a couple of unique technologies, which together, when they're combined together, make for a very efficient network. So we use what's called a proof of utility as a consensus method. So this is something quite unique. Most people will be familiar with proof of work, proof of stake. Some may even know about proof of history. But yeah, we use proof of utility. And what that does is it allows us to separate the blockchain into multiple layers, and it requires less nodes to actually approve a transaction. We have like a master node, and then there's lower level nodes. Now, that combined with the hash drive technology, what hashing does is it basically takes a skeleton imprint or like an X-ray of the data that we might be taking from the native blockchain, be it Bitcoin or Tron or Ethereum, whatever the case. And what it does is the information is then just stored on the lower layer, and it's almost like archiving files. They're very small blocks and a very efficient way of doing things, because then what it does is it leaves the upper layer completely free for the nodes to focus on transaction speed. To give you an idea of just how fast we're talking about, if we come down here, everybody's familiar with Bitcoin. What they don't realize is Bitcoin actually transacts at around 7 transactions per second, which is relatively slow. However, obviously Bitcoin has done what Bitcoin has done, and we all love it for that. So we're trying to look at ways of how we can improve that. Ethereum sits at around 25 transactions per second before their merger. Most people are familiar with Ripple. When they came out, they were known as the fastest at 1,500 transactions per second. Tron is a very interesting one. We like Tron because what Tron did is they took the USDT or the USD stablecoin, and what they did was they made it faster and cheaper, which is something that we're very passionate about as well. And they've done that just with the USDT. Now they do that at around 2,000 transactions per second. You've got guys around here, Phantom and the like, that are getting up into the hundreds of thousands, which is still fast, but no one's sitting quite as fast as Tectum, that are doing over 1 million transactions per second. Now, we actually, in our testing, we hit a peak performance of around 1.38 million. But we're confident to say that we easily sit around that million mark. Now, in all fairness, right now, our network and no other network or society in the decentralized space actually requires 1 million transactions per second. But what it means is that we are very much ready. We are very much ready for scaling up and plugging in additional applications to the blockchain. So, because we are so efficient in what we're doing, anything that is efficient has the ability to be able to scale. Right now, for us, that means, really fast transactions, instantaneous transactions. Quarter of a second is the timeline, so literally faster than what you can refresh your browser. But this is just the foundation of what Tectum sits on. Obviously, being the fastest blockchain is a great thing to have. But on top of that, what we're most proud of is what we've managed to do with what's called the soft note. So the soft note, what it does is it basically acts as a container to move around digital assets. Now you can see some of these soft notes down here. We've integrated with Bitcoin, with Tron for USDT. We are in the process of integrating Ethereum. We've already got our MetaMask set up so that you can purchase with Ethereum, but we're also going to get it fully integrated onto our soft notes as well. Coming up next will be BNB, Binance. But what this does is it somewhat behaves like an NFT with the QR code, but it allows us to move currency onto these notes and then have the ability to send them in a way that cryptocurrency has never been sent around before. So I can send this via a WhatsApp message, a Facebook message, text message, any platform that allows you to send an image or even a link. And what happens is when I send that to you, I'm also going to send it with a 6-digit passcode. Now, when the recipient receives it, they're going to either, scan the QR code or click on the link, and it's going to open up a SoftNote browser. Now, the SoftNote browser should appear something like this. So what is on this SoftNote? So starting over here is the serial number. The first 5 digits tells us the currency. In this regard, we've got quad 01, which is that tells us that it's Bitcoin. Then the rest of the digits is this serial number that's unique to this particular SoftNote. And we can see that replicated at the top of the screen here, 1222. Now, obviously, Bitcoin is the currency, and we've got down this side over here is the Bitcoin address that this value is assigned to. Now, the actual value stays on the Bitcoin network. That block doesn't move, and no new block is created. We've just moved it over onto the Tectum network, and then we've provided the liquidity to the soft node. So what does providing liquidity mean? To get these soft notes, what needs to happen is you need to own TET. Initially, anyway, you need to own TET, and the TET is the token of the Tectum blockchain. So that is our native token, TET. And what the TET allows you to do is to mint these soft notes. So as an initial offer, one TET will mint 100 pack of soft notes. Now, these come in a range of denominations. Based off Bitcoin being around 50,000 US dollars, the notes are set up similar to our current fiat system, where you've got, cents in the dollar, and then $1, $2, $5, $10, $20, $50, $100 notes, etc., up to a $200 note. Now that's the bundle that will come. You'll have 100 notes come through. If, for example, you want to mint a $10,000 soft note or a 1 Bitcoin soft note, you can do that as well. They are a special soft note, whereby 1 TET token will be required for that individual note. Obviously, it's a higher value, so it's relative to that. And in that instance, this green stripe across here would be blue. Now, for this example, this is a 0.0004 of a Bitcoin, which in today's value is around $8. And when the recipient receives this $8, they're going to say, okay, well, I'd like to accept it so that it becomes into my ownership. Now, I mentioned earlier that I would send a 6-digit PIN code along with the soft note. The recipient will put their 6-digit PIN into here. They'll hit accept payment, and the passcode generator is going to spit out a new passcode, which now gives them unique ownership of the soft note and the value that's assigned to it. And now a question that you might ask is, well, how do I know that that value is actually assigned to this? I've said that it's stuck over there on the Bitcoin network. How is that actually sitting here on this? Well, this little button here, proof of funds, if I click on that, that's going to open up a Bitcoin or a blockchain explorer. Now, this address here that we can see that ends in EVZ, that is the same address that we can see on the side of the soft note there, ends in EVZ. And we can see that there's around $94 US worth of Bitcoin stored in that wallet right now. Now, this is around $8, so we know that the value of that is well and truly there. So you can do that with any soft note. The only time that won't be available is if the soft note has been minted, but not provided with liquidity. So in that instance, if someone is to ever send you a soft note, or you scan a QR code, or you open up a link and it looks like this with a yellow stripe, that's actually an empty soft note. So somebody has minted it, but no one has provided the liquidity for it or emitted any value onto it. So in this instance, you've got the option to fill with liquidity. So there's 2 licenses involved here. You've got step 1, which is the minting. So whoever mints the soft note will hold the minting license. Whoever then provides the liquidity to that soft note will hold the liquidity provider's license. Now, in terms of moving these things around, for peer-to-peer, for the user, there is no fees. No one actually pays to transfer their cryptocurrency around while using a soft note. Even if you're going down to a local participating retailer and you hand it over the counter, it's still not going to cost you anything to use a soft note. The only fee that's involved is the actual merchant who is receiving the soft note into their business and turning a profit. They will pay a merchant fee, similar to MasterCard or Visa. However, our fee will only ever be 1%. Credit cards, Visa, Master, American Express, they're typically 2 to 3 or 4 or 5%. So we will always be under those guys and sitting at around 1%. Now, both the minting license and the liquidity providing license will earn 20% of that 1% fee for the entire life of the soft note. So if you do both the minting and providing the liquidity, you'll be able to earn 40% of all of the merchant fees for the entire time that that soft note is in circulation. Now, some people might go, well, 20% of 1%, that doesn't sound like a lot. One of our colleagues the other day was talking about a story when he was explaining this to one of his friends, and he said he pulled a note out of his wallet, and this was in America, and the bill said it was from 1989. And he said, can you imagine how many transactions this $20 note has been in? You know, it would be over 100 per year. Like as a minimum, it would be 100 per year. And then, you know, it's been around for 30 plus years. So imagine that every time that $20 note that you have in your wallet, you earned, you know, a few cents off of that. Over time, that's going to add up to, you know, some significant value. So it's just another way that Tectum likes to reward our community for being early adopters, for you know, being part of getting things off the ground. And obviously that means that you've invested in TET, and then you've spent TET to mint the soft note, and then you've obviously moved your currency over onto the soft note. So the longer that the soft notes are in circulation, the better it is for everyone. So that's kind of what Tectum and the soft note is in a nutshell, a very basic kind of overview. We do have plans for other applications which can bolt on to the Tectum blockchain. You know, we've got an NFT project that's in the pipeline for next year as well, that will be customizable, where you can upload your own IP and then potentially sell off shares into soft notes and that kind of thing. But quite an exciting little project. I'll just see, we've got a bunch going on in the chat over here. What I'll do is I'll just see what we've got happening. So from the Netherlands, awesome. Can't wait to visit the Netherlands. Read the white paper, very good. All 14, 7 now, wow. Real quick, thank you for sharing knowledge. Seriously, hello, hello, hello. Questions after, right? I'll keep coming with the questions. Cool. Is the system automated in the app, or do merchants need to check this real time? Great question, Sandra. So at the moment, they will need to check it real time. So that is what our devs are focused on right now. So that is actually what the whole development team are basically focused on between now and the end of the year. They are developing what's called the UI UX application. So that essentially is what the mobile application will be, but it's done through a browser. So like you go online, you know, and do it all through a web browser. And what that does is that's going to allow us to complete the system. The way that we see it right now is that things are developed to about, you know, 95%. You know, the blockchain is completely operational and working. The soft notes are, you know, created, developed, and they're working. We've got the back end of that developed through the Telegram bot that's functioning, whereby you know, you can mint, you can provide liquidity, you can trade them and that kind of thing. The final step to all of this is the app. So before the phone app actually comes, a UI UX app is what it needs to be developed. And then as soon as that's kind of, you know, we put that out, we start using that with the merchants. They'll basically, if they've got a restaurant, for example, which we do have a restaurant on board, we've got 5 or 6, maybe even more merchants on board now. But basically they will be able to utilize the UI UX application. They can have that on their computer, and then if somebody comes up with a soft note and wants to pay for their meal with soft notes, they will be able to run it all through the UI UX app. And then as soon as we've got the reason that it's done that way is so that then we can iron out all the wrinkles before then migrating across to Android and iOS. Because if you put them straight onto a mobile app, every time you've got a little change or anything like that, it means that there's a complete update to the application and everybody has to download it. And it can just get messy and tiresome and people go, what's going on? Whereas you do it first as a UI UX, and then we can iron out all the wrinkles without having to go back through all of the the logistics of dealing with Apple and Android and that kind of thing. And then we'll basically be able to complete the whole system and be up and running. But that's why we do have a special introductory offer for any merchants who come on board now at this stage, because obviously it's great to get merchants on board. It shows that things are actually working. It shows that the ecosystem is starting to grow. But because we don't have that app, what we're doing is we're offering any businesses who decide to take on soft notes or receive them into their business, they're basically having 12 months of no fees. So the first year, they won't have to pay that 1%. So we'll cover all of that. And basically, that's just an incentive because they're coming on board early. They're helping us out. We're helping them out. It means that it opens their business up to a market of crypto customers that they may have otherwise not actually had coming into their business before. So it's a bit of a win-win, and as an appreciation for them putting up with a 95% developed system, they get that first 12 months without any fees. So great question. Gas fee. Need some shirts and apparel with Tectum. That's very good too, Quang. We've started printing merchandise, and then we have gone and we've done our whole rebranding that's happening. So we do have some stuff that was printed in the previous colors, but now that we're finalizing all of our branding and everything, we're going to do a whole new reprint of that. And I don't know if I meant to say this yet, but I will. We are looking at even putting that up through the Tectum website, and you will be able to purchase it with Softnote, which will be a pretty cool little function and a cool way for people to be able to play around and test that and get a real feel for how it all goes. But yeah, it's great to hear that people love some apparel. But in terms of the first thing you've said there, Ethereum gas fees. So there is no gas fees to use the Softnote. So you will pay an initial gas fee when you transfer Ethereum into Tectum, but once you've moved it across into Tectum, you then there won't be any fees for moving it around on the soft note. If you are moving any currency on the Tectum blockchain from Tectum wallet to Tectum wallet, there are minor fees, but they are drastically reduced compared to what they would be on the native network. So Bitcoin, for example, if I want to go and send you, Quang, $50 worth of Bitcoin right now, that's going to cost me anywhere from kind of $5 to $10 in mining fees, right? Whereas if you've moved that onto a Tectum blockchain and you're just transferring from my Tectum wallet to your Tectum wallet, those fees come down to between kind of 15 and 30 cents. So because of the way that we're doing things and it's much more efficient with our Bitcoin node or our Ethereum node, whatever the case might be, we're actually able to transfer currency around much cheaper than the original network can itself. Thank you for a seriously great product and service to you and the whole team. Thank you. Appreciate that, Quang. When the glitch of your website will be solved, it's showing wrong numbers since last week. I think it's so much time to refix. It's already fixed now, Javed, I believe. I believe it was fixed. Let me double check that.
Yeah, Brendan, it was fixed a few days ago.
Yeah.
That's how the number went up on it.
Yeah, correct, right? There was a few people asking.
Yeah, I remember Alex last week, he mentioned that there was a glitch with the developer's wallet and when they were plugging in and whatnot. but the coins that went to that wallet there were restored back into the treasury wallet.
I can't even see the numbers on there right now.
On the website?
Yeah. That's funny. But yeah, I know that yesterday when we were doing an AMA in another little community. And yeah, I did a screen share then, and yeah, the numbers were aligning because it was something that I noticed. But yeah, I appreciate you pointing it out again, Javed. But yeah, I believe it's all been sorted now. Quanga said, for your information, when accessing Tectum on mobile, I saw that it is unresponsive until you access in desktop view. The side menu will appear, but unresponsive. Okay. Thank you for that feedback. I do normally get on there on my desktop, but I will check it out on the phone as well. Transactions fees are a factor for exchange, I believe, as long as it doesn't cost me 50 USD to send you 5. Exactly right. All right. And that's
exactly.
The thing
Yeah, thank you.
this is the thing with Bitcoin, or with not with Bitcoin, with cryptocurrency, is that, and Trevor was talking about this on the same AMA yesterday, whereby it makes sense that, you know, the initial kind of minting or mining of the coin, it's like digging up gold. You know, there's actual energy that goes into, you know, going into the earth and mining for gold, and, you know, there's processes and there's costs and everything like that to actually create the initial coin. But then when we're sending our own gold from one recipient to another, we shouldn't have to pay more gold to do that. You know what I mean? So, and this has been the only kind of, I suppose, hurdle in Satoshi Nakamoto's vision, was that he wanted to create a system that was decentralized, that allowed us to transfer our assets. But in terms of crossing the retail barrier and making it something that, you know, the masses could adopt, there was this hurdle of, why do I have to spend so much to use my own money? You know, it just doesn't make sense. And that's the whole drive behind what Tectum is doing. We want to create a system that, you know, makes crypto available in the retail space, that is not just faster and cheaper, but instantaneous and free. And that's what we feel SoftNode is doing. So yeah, great point. Great point. Sorry if I'm spamming. Just seriously amazed. Not at all. We love the questions, and we love talking about it. So absolutely. I read the white paper, but hearing firsthand some of the features is great. Yeah. And the white paper is actually, it's quite technical. It's was written by developers.
Yeah, very detailed and informative. But yes, a lot of terminologies, but I loved it how detailed it was, honestly, about everything. So every single type of trend, everything you guys do, basically. And even how you guys started everything. So it was really, really nice. When I got the background story too on you guys. So it was nice. I support it.
Awesome.
So
great to have you here, man.
Yeah, well, just to touch up on that, we are redoing the white paper as we speak. We're trying to have maybe like a light version of the white paper for people to sink their teeth into straight away and figure out.
I've been versed in cryptocurrency, decentralized for a while, so I know some of the terminologies or some of the gist, but yeah, definitely should make it to where the common people can, you know, sink their teeth into it, so they can know exactly what's going on. So yes.
Yeah, and then we're trying to make it like a Git book, where you've just got sections. You know, the whole ecosystem will be explained on the white paper, but it'll be in sections, so that, you know, there's bite-sized material for everybody, and, you know, you can slowly get through the white papers, or just read the specific parts that you want. So it's an ongoing process, and we're trying to, the more we get into it, the more we think we need to explain it, and then the more effort that needs to go into it as well. So when we do bring it out, we want to make sure that it's very thorough, very, very thorough.
Yes, and thank you guys for honestly just like an honest product too. Just from a standpoint, or I guess from an outsider and as a poor review now, just an honest product, which I appreciate. So thank you.
Brilliant. How did you hear about Tectum?
Tectum, honestly, I was just going through some of my like Twitter and then just my social media, and because I follow cryptocurrency and decentralized, and then Tectum actually came up from one of my followers. So I just started looking into it and then seeing about
Yeah, brilliant. Thanks for your support. It's really good to hear stories like that, and definitely drives us on.
Oh, and I heard that you guys also did different types of was it Square Share, I believe, the cryptocurrency for the country. That's something else too that I think that's just really outstanding, honestly. Yeah, I mean, I read you guys' background, a little bit background story too, so it's pretty amazing what you guys have done so far too.
It's good. I can see that, Quang, it's actually, you completely get it. And with some people, they look at it and they go, oh yeah, that sounds pretty cool. But once you really understand exactly what it is that we're doing, everyone kind of gets exactly to this point where you are, where it's like this excitement of like, wow, this is actually a ridiculously cool system. It's cool to hear in your voice. Yeah, I can hear that you actually got that genuine excitement. So yeah, glad to have you on board.
Thank you. Thank you. Yeah, no, I've been, in this field, or not in this field, but I've been like exposed to the field for a few years now. And yeah, I mean, when you realize something that is different, is a good product. I mean, yeah, other people that I know too that are barely versed, maybe like a year, or they're barely, getting to the whole crypto and decentralized and everything and all that. They're just like, okay, well, they don't really know what goes on in daily life for somebody that would basically want to rely on something like this, like the soft note and everything too. So thank you.
Yeah, and it's funny that you said the words, rely on something like this, because, when that fiat system comes crumbling down, we're going to need a reliable system that, the world can move across to, and we're hoping that that's going to be us. So
yes. Yes, exactly.
Yeah. So yeah, guys, we have Trevor and I have been busy little bees doing AMAs in little communities. We kind of got the advice from our marketing agencies and advisors that spending money on marketing right now is, you're just kind of pouring it down the drain, because there's some ICOs out there that have been spending kind of like they're selling around 1 to 2 million tokens a month, but they had to spend 30 million to get that, which is just counterintuitive, right?
Wow.
So
yeah, that's very
it doesn't make sense. Like you're just
way.
spending venture capital, but you're not really. It just Anyway, so and what they said was, they wouldn't recommend spending money on marketing right now, because so many people are just going, do you know what? I'm just gonna put my head down in the sand for now and wait until things get better. And where the genuine people who are switched on and understand that you can make generational wealth in a bear market. This is the time to have your ear to the ground and look for those bargains. Those people are active in communities, but you need to go out and engage with them. So we've really been taking on the whole AMA approach in other communities. It's been the bane of my existence, as I put my hand up to vet the proposals, and now I literally get between 50 to 100 DMs every day of kind of brokers out here trying to get us onto their platform. But to be honest, there's a lot of scamming going on. There's a lot of just people trying to get paid for doing whatever, and that they might have fake communities with botted people in them, and they just don't have real engagement. But thankfully, Uptrend, they who are our full-time marketing agency, we basically vet all of these communities through them, and they tell us they can go through and look at it and say, they're botted followers, don't waste your time, or no, it looks like they've got some genuine following. And then not only that, they can also see if their engagement is legitimate. And sometimes you can tell this yourself. You go onto a YouTube influencer and you look at the comments, and the comments are just very generic. They're not actually specifically about the project, or they're not genuine questions. They're just obviously copy paste type comments. And so we are careful of who we're speaking to. yeah, but we did 2 AMAs yesterday. We've got another one on Friday. We've got a few booked for the next couple of weeks coming as well, which are typically on Wednesdays and Friday, just because that's the only time slots that we don't have other meetings. But yeah, it's proving to we're finding some really cool, genuine people out there. Like we had this girl on last night, and she asked some really technical questions, and Trevor loves a technical question. It set him off, and he was talking, backwards and forwards for quite a while there, which is great because it gives us an opportunity to really explain the ins and outs of the project. So yeah, we've been busy doing that, and we're going to continue to do that. That's kind of where a fair chunk of our focus is for the time being. As I mentioned, we are doing the whole rebranding of the website. So our developers are actually working live on the website. So you'll see little bits and pieces keep kind of, they're getting fixed up and polished, and, like the MetaMask logo has been added now, and now that's integrated so you can purchase with Ethereum. The developers, as I mentioned earlier, between now and the end of year, their key focus is the UI UX app development. So they are, obviously that's kind of going to be a big step into us then being able to really bring on merchants at a larger scale. So that's pretty exciting.
You guys have the right idea. Definitely.
What was that, sorry?
Definitely have the right idea with everything, how you guys are proceeding as well, like fixing basically the UI. I have to agree, it should be like the first focus, because how the users gonna interact with it, if you can have a great product, but if you can't deliver it to the people, then what's the point? Oh, and also I just want to say, that's what I meant by an honest product that you guys are offering, that you guys are very face-to-face, which is big to me, at least, especially in something decentralized or cryptocurrency and already like that. There's a lot of people that don't show faces, that don't want to, it's like a mysterious person running everything. It's like, what? That's kind of weird. I don't know if I trust him with all my phone or something important.
Exactly. And some of these AMAs, yeah, no, thank you. Some of these AMAs, they're like, do you want to do a text AMA? I'm like, who is going to sit there writing text backwards and forwards? And what kind of trust does that give to you that there's actually real people behind this? If you're just sitting there typing, like that in itself could be a bot, like it's just, it's crazy how many projects are out there, and no one wants to show their face, and it's all kind of secret hush hush. That immediately is alarm bells.
Yeah, you should want to. I mean, you are offering if you're honestly offering a great product, you should want. I mean, not take credit, but I mean, like, hey, help me contribute too. It's like not just like some shadow in the figure that is doing all these amazing things, but then you don't really know who it is. You don't really know what they are. But yes, the AMAs, I support it and keep doing them, guys.
Yeah, cheers, man. But yeah, guys, other than that, we'll open it up to questions. I will mention that we will be doing another TET giveaway today, but we're going to do it just in the Zoom. So if you are tuned in on YouTube and you want to partake in the TET competition, the giveaway, do jump across into the Zoom link so that you can play over here. We're just going to run it on the one stream this time. But yeah, does anyone have any questions or anything they want answered? Any queries out there? Put your hand up or unmute yourself and shoot.
I'm going to develop a list for the next AMA. But right now, I'm just really awesome. Taking it. Oh, yes. Thank you. Yeah, I'm just amazed. Yeah, you guys are offering a lot. I'm still trying to take everything in, but yes, I'm just looking forward to how everything's going to proceed, honestly. I just wish the best for you guys, and I'm going to be here right alongside you guys. So supporting from the United States. So.
Killer. It's good to see we've got some new faces, some different guys and girls on the call today, which is awesome. Welcome to everyone that's new.
Good morning to everybody, or good evening. I guess I don't know where you are in the world, but I hope everybody's safe and healthy.
Thank you, man.
What your name's pronounced Kang? Is it?
Oh, it's Kwang. It's Kwang. I go by Kwang. Kelvin though. Yeah.
All right.
I go by Kelvin though. Kelvin.
Yeah. And how did you get into blockchain and Bitcoin? Like, what was sort of your backstory?
Oh, my backstory, honestly, is a couple of years, about 3-4 years back. A friend of mine just introduced me to Bitcoin, and then he's like, hey, check this out. It's like a cryptocurrency. It's still like instead of using like fiat, because he was really into like the international USD and like currency trading and stuff, and going on markets and stuff like that. And I honestly, got into just because it was type of value, got into Bitcoin, and then Ethereum was what really amazed me, was because now it was only just like a type of money, but it's like the whole, you can do dApps now, you can do the Web3, you can do all sorts of stuff like Ethereum, and it's like, wow, it's not just like moving money around, basically, it's a lot more than that. So that's just like what got me interested. And honestly, it's not gonna go away. And the way that the world looks, fiat is, at one point we're gonna have to rely on some type of other, value form or value asset.
Yeah, some system.
So yes, just getting into it early on, I think it's just a smart idea. And also, I kind of find it just interesting. So
yeah. And where's your jurisdiction? What country are you living in?
Oh, I'm in the United States. I'm in California,
right.
Southern California.
Right.
You guys are over in Sydney, Australia, right?
Brendan is Sydney, Australia. Myself, I'm in Ireland.
Oh, Ireland. Okay, nice. How was the weather over there?
It's
nice.
wet, wet and
windy.
Wet. Most days.
Okay, nice.
Some days the sun
That's
comes
different,
out.
Trevor. That's not like you guys, is it?
It's very much like this. We've got all kinds of rain here. Big rain, small rain, thin rain, heavy rain, warm rain, cold rain.
Cold rain.
Yeah, I think it rained one time over here last week, but besides that, it's been like hot and then cold, and then it would be like weird showers. It would be like sunny out, and I actually went to the store right in front of my neighborhood, which is like 10-15 minutes walking. I'm going out within 5 minutes of me going out, real quick shower. It's like out of nowhere, a bunch of rain, and then next thing you know, 20 minutes later, nothing. It's like sunny skies. I'm also soaking wet. I'm like, what just happened? Gosh, the weather. Yeah, United States been really weird. Or
it's a nice part of the world, though, California.
Oh yes, that is agreed. Very nice. Most days it's sunny, but it's nice. Just know that other parts of the world, like the East Coast of the United States, a lot of natural stuff going on over there, like hurricanes and earthquakes. And then I know there's, I think, 5 years snow over in New York. I was a couple of days ago, so it's real cold over on that side.
That's solid for New York. I lived in upstate New York for 6 months back in, what was that, 2011, 2012?
Oh, okay. Nice. So, how you guys, is everybody okay? Families are healthy, right? Safe and healthy?
Yeah, man, I'm good. Family's good.
That's good.
Yep. What have we
Trevor,
got?
have you got the YouTube open there?
Yes. Yeah. So far, there's 3-4 people on YouTube, and I've just been answering the questions on the chat there. Just very simple things like, in the future, what type of currencies will be used by all governments, whether CBDC or cryptocurrencies? I just replied back that at the moment, most governments are testing some shape or form of a CBDC, and it's only a matter of time before it's implemented out. And it's when that happens, I think when that happens, that's when cryptocurrency is going to show its use case. And and then it's going to be an interesting 6 to 8 months. There is going to be some kind of regulatory framework that's going to be implemented, and it's going to be up to the gods really how restrictive they're going to make it or how flexible they're going to make it. The last couple of weeks, the last couple of weeks haven't helped, but again, your soft notes pretty much can give you that solution to where you can transfer wealth from A to B with just a PIN code. So
because I think that's one of the restrictions too on the whole cryptocurrency as well, is that because I live in the United States. Luckily I don't live in New York, because there's a lot more restrictions in New York against any type of cryptocurrency whatsoever. But I know even just living in the US and being a citizen here, I can't perform, or I can't like basically participate in certain companies or certain like market exchanges, because I'm a U.S. citizen, basically, all the regulations and stuff. So if you guys are able, a product that can basically, A to B, no matter where you're at and the legal restrictions, that's basically like a shoo-in for me. That's one of the major things. So I think with the whole cryptocurrency and like different types of currencies around the world, it's like who can accept it, who can't. It's like, so if you're able to just make it viable for everybody and accessible for everybody, that's basically like the solution. So that's what I see is with that issue. I think.
And this is the thing with Softnote, right? Like, it's one thing to being cryptocurrency, and then if you move across to Tectum, you can do things faster and cheaper, etc. But you're still on chain. Then you can move off chain onto the Softnote, and then with the Softnote, you can either use the Softnote on wallet or off wallet. Like, you could literally print out the Softnote, and it behaves exactly the same as what Cash did. So, if you want to meet up with someone in the middle of the desert and do a transaction, like, you can do that,
You can do
it has that
transaction. No, that's amazing.
Awesome. It's a complete decentralized system, like, there's no other system right now where you can physically, go up to someone and say, here is some cryptocurrency, and just hand it over to them, so it's
about a year ago, I was trying to show my buddy of mine about Bitcoin, like just like the basic stuff, right? And I'm like, I'm gonna send you this much Bitcoins or this much cryptocurrency. He's like, got completely confused and baffled. Couldn't really do it. And I'm just like, okay, well, it'd be better if I could just give you the Bitcoin or the Ethereum, but I can't. It's like, but yes.
Javed's got his hand up. How are you, Javed? What's your question?
I am fine, Brandon. How are you?
Very well, very well. Good to have you on again, buddy.
Yeah. How are you, Trevor? Are you listening?
Who are you, bro?
Yeah, hi, Trevor.
It looks like he's got something up with his headphones there.
Okay.
Yeah.
So my question is, we are not going to listing in Q4. It's confirmed, I think, and we are heading towards the 2023, I think. So in this span, we can find more exchange for listing at the same time, like KuCoin, Gate.io, and many more. Can be listed at multiple exchanges on same time. I think it will help to list the tokens and increase the price of token.
Yeah, sure. So I believe, and I will get clarification on this, but I believe that the contract with Bitmart does give them exclusive listing rights. I'm not sure what that time frame is, if it's 1 month or 3 months or what it is. I don't know. As I say, I'll get clarification. But part of the marketing agreement is that they get the token exclusively for a short period. But then afterwards, yes, absolutely, we will be trying to get as far and wide as what we can. I believe KuCoin is the next lined up. There's some bigger ones that we're talking to. I'm not going to speak about them yet in case, we'll just see what happens there. But we definitely, we want to spread it far and wide as fast as possible. But the original agreement that is striked up that we've already signed off on with Bitmart does give them that ability to obviously get a bit of a pump through their system before it starts, spreading out to other exchanges. But great idea.
Yeah, and Javed, we have the internal and external marketing. We have weighed up the options there. Do we list on a few exchanges at once, or do we not list at once? So far, the feedback is your first exchange is probably better to focus on one and try and have a successful launch. Try and concentrate on the successful launch side, and then from that point on, you'd know where to pivot, what direction there, whether to go for a medium exchange, 3 or 4 medium exchanges, or another big exchange. So there is them talks backwards and forwards, and it gets to the stage there. It's like swings and roundabouts, or half a dozen here and six of the other. So
I'm sorry. In my own personal opinion, I think that you guys are just doing really good with just where you guys are at right now, and the whole listing on exchanges, and getting really diversified with all these different types of marketplaces, exchange. I don't think that's something that Like the way I see it, it's like, you know what I mean? You guys doing good with the platform you guys are using and the contract you have, respect that, you know. This is also my own personal opinion to everybody too, okay? I'm not trying to badmouth nobody, but just, yeah, I think you guys are doing good. Don't diversify. You guys are doing great, just focusing on your product right now and the contract that you do have, you know. So I think diversify comes later down the road, you know, when people are getting at your knees, basically like, hey, we want to help you out with things. Like, okay, well, yeah, we're already so big at this point and so stable with our product that, you know, basically we can go here and there. So, but I think, yeah, I don't think you guys should, not yet.
Yeah,
That's my own
yeah.
personal opinion.
Yeah, like it's ongoing. I mean, there was the original plan was to list in November, but I think in hindsight, we made a good decision to listen to the marketing team there, and you know, Uptrend and Pink Sale both said, you know, that the markets at the minute there, you know, go with, if you want to go in the exchange, you're going at your own risk, and it's an ongoing thing. You know, we're trying to figure out the best time to go onto it, but it is a simple equation at the very end of the day. You know, is there more selling pressure than there is buying pressure? When there's more buying pressure, then we can start figuring out at what time to slot in to the listing. But if we keep having selling pressure, then it's you're kind of stepping on a landmine, so to speak. And you know, but yeah, Javid, in the future side of it there, it's an ongoing conversation. We are trying to figure out the best route. It's, again, you know, as you know, Javid, we are a dynamic team there. We try and you know, we do things a little bit differently, but we try our best there to try and get all angles covered for. And the best option there is to hold and wait for a little bit, see what the markets do. Because I still think myself, we're not out of the volatility yet. There's still ongoing things with FTX. As the days go on, it's just crazy.
Oh yeah, especially with FTX. Oh yeah. Oh god.
You know, but yeah, I hope that answers your question, Javid.
Yeah, I got it.
And Henry has said in the chat here, hello everyone, great AMA so far. Special kudos to Brendan and Trevor, the entire team working around the clock to get this off the ground. Shout out to Kwang, is it, as well. Your energy is rocket fuel, absolutely.
Thank you.
Question.
Thank you.
Quick question. Yes. Should the market go in a downtrend, or continue to go into a downtrend, in brackets, hopefully not, for another year, what are the possible paths that you take to get TET listed on central exchanges and launch the soft notes? Yeah, look, great question. And I think there is the potential that something like our project could be, provided it's got the momentum behind it, the marketing behind it, and enough support behind it, we could be one of the catalysts that helps, you know, drive a new uptrend. But we do obviously need to have kind of everything in place for that to be going. I think the system needs to be 110%. And yeah, as I say, we need to have the backing and the kind of support, you know, a lot more merchants on board. And, you know, once everything is kind of in a place where we can say, look, we're operating, our ecosystem is working, we have the system that's going to allow, you know, people in the fiat world to transition into decentralization, then we might be able to be part of that catalyst that creates the new uptrend. So who knows? Yeah, great question though. Great question. It's such a crazy space right now. And I think that as there's a lot of people in the retail space that they look at what's just happened with FTX and everything else, and they kind of go, well, you know, where's the safety? Where's the security? So I think we need to prove ourselves, not just Tectum, but the crypto world needs to prove ourselves as being somewhere secure again, and get a bit of faith back in the market, and then potentially we can help turn things around. But yeah, it's all you kind of got to suck it and see and just see what happens over the next few months.
Yeah, I think you guys will honestly know when you guys are ready to go pivoting forward in any type of like going on engines and like advancing forward like that. At least I think you guys will know from what I see so far, from my impression. So yeah, just keep it up, guys. Honestly, and yeah, focus on the product and the community. You know, instead of trying to like just tell Tectum and then like basically raise the price of it. And, you know what I mean? Just into the money, basically. So thank you.
Yeah, and then for to touch up on that, you know, we're still full force on the soft note side, you know, so regardless what's happening to the market, regardless what's happening to the listing side of things,
Yes.
you know, the team's fully developing on the soft note, and it could get to a stage where that ecosystem is completely running with merchants and you know, soft notes in circulation and whatnot, how we see it.
Exactly.
And
That's what I
then
kind of hope
launch,
for. So,
you know, and then we could launch onto an exchange, and that's just going to build even more momentum behind the token, because the use case for the token is already working in a real world use case. Something that I don't think any of us have really seen before, where a token comes after the product, you know, so it's going to be interesting. It's going to be interesting. And we are looking at more because of what's happened over the last couple of weeks externally. We are looking more into the decentralized exchanges side of things, because it looks as though there could be more demand on that than there will be with centralized exchanges.
Oh yes. I could say from outside point of view that yes, I can agree with that too as well.
We've got a question here. What will be the requirements to become a merchant? So essentially, you just need to have a business that's operating whereby you can receive soft note. To qualify for the initial 12 months free. So we're giving that option out to the first 100 people who adopt soft notes. But the only requirements there is that you have an active website and social media platforms, because part of that deal is that we will market you on our socials and list you on our website as a partner, and obviously spread your name around as far and wide as we can. And we'd like you to do the same in return and share us on your socials and your website and everything else. So the only requirements to access the 12 months of feeless soft notes is that you have a business and that it's you know, on the internet and can be seen. And yeah, if anybody does have their own business or knows of a friend or family or anyone who has a business, and you can even approach businesses, you know, I actually did it. We had a crypto conference here. I'm in Perth, Australia, and we had a crypto conference over the weekend. And it wasn't a huge thing. There was a couple of hundred people there, but me and another guy from here, we went there and we were handing out soft notes to people, and we were showing them how they work, and you know, just getting them, you know, to understand the system. And we actually met some really cool people. But where I went and grabbed some lunch, I went in there and I said to the guy, you know, and I just ordered this dish, and then I said, oh, and I acted like it was normal, you know. I was like, do you accept soft note? And he's like, what do you mean soft note? And like I had a pocket full of these things because I was at this conference, right? And I was like, you haven't heard of soft note? You know? And he's like, no, what are you talking about? And I gave him a USDT one and a Bitcoin. I showed him the USDT one. I ended up giving him a Bitcoin one and a business card. And then I actually told him, I said, look, you know, it's a new thing. It's coming out. Rah. I said, you know, but check it out. And yeah, sooner or later, hopefully you will be, you know, one of the onboarders. But if you're out somewhere, like, feel free to spread the word. You know what I mean? Ask people, you know, like, oh, you guys accepting soft note? Why not? You know what I mean? Have you heard about this thing? Like, I'd love to pay for my meal or my clothes or my whatever product you're buying. I'd love to pay for it with crypto, you know, like, so if they've got that availability, they have the potential to access a new market that they might not be tapping into. So spread the word, guys, spread it wide and far. Please unmute.
Yeah.
So they want me to be mute or unmute?
No, he said unmute.
Yeah, this is unmute, right? Well, I was unmute this whole time, but
Yeah, any other questions, guys? Thanks for joining. We've got some other new faces on board, guys. Good to have you here. Appreciate you joining the
oh,
community.
just real quick question. Because I do
Mhm.
like I put it on shirts and stuff. I'm actually make my own t-shirts and apparel. Is it okay if I like print your guys' logo and stuff and like take them on a t-shirt and like wear it around, or would it be like a big legal thing?
I don't see a problem with that. Let me I will if you wanna send me a DM on Telegram,
Yes.
and then I can get it cleared by our CEO, and I can send the logo to you, so you've got a proper logo and everything.
Okay, awesome. I'll definitely be contacting you then. Thank you, brother.
Yeah, cool. How's YouTube looking, Trevor?
YouTube, we had one question. When will be monthly green candle expected in crypto market? Because IMF telling next year will be recession in many countries.
Just
I
a second,
replied
I'll just
back.
grab my crystal ball. I've just got one here.
I know, right? So everybody wants
Yeah.
to know.
That's the thing. Everybody wants to know. I mean, everybody's sitting tight, looking around, thinking, when are we going to get a green candle? And as time goes on, we don't see these green candles. So
I said no.
it's
Okay.
I mean, yeah. Look at,
But you know what?
I've pretty much
Before we
said.
go on-
Look at the month, or look at the Bitcoin cycles. We have got 4-year cycles, and based
Exactly,
on
no, that's
technical analysis, based on past technical
Exactly.
analysis, we are. I think someone worked it out on the network. I think it was Marcus or Marina. Worked out that you need a based on the last high to low. It was about Bitcoin went 83%. And based on the same metrics, if Bitcoin hits 12,000, 13,000, that'd be the same as the last time. So we're getting close. We're getting close to the bottom. And, we've had a lot of pain for 2022. I think the start of 2023, we're going to be seeing sediment. And later on, we should start seeing the uptrend upwards. And that's just
when do you guys
technical
think the
analysis.
hard market cap will be reached for Bitcoin? Just random question, but because it's close, no? Like the cap for all the mined Bitcoin, isn't that coming close? Or
No,
not yet?
the halving, the Bitcoin halving
Oh,
is going to be 2024, I believe, and that's whenever the rewards for mining Bitcoin then halves.
Has, right?
And that's going to be interesting, because right now there's a lot of Bitcoin mining operations that are totally out of business. With current prices, they cannot sustain the high energy costs it's taken to mine Bitcoin. So
very expensive.
The system in itself, that halving system there, I mean, that just weeds out all the ineffective mining operations, and only the
everybody at home with their own miners. Big companies are the only ones that are going to be able to.
Yeah, so that's pretty much the way the Bitcoin cycles work. So once the new halving comes, it's going to be interesting to see how many more mining operations are going to feel that pinch. But again, as I say before there, like it's like a forest fire. It just goes through the forest and weeds out all the weak, and only the strong survive. So that's the incentive. So that's the questions up to date on the YouTube side.
Yeah, cool. We've got a couple in the Zoom again now. So will there be a device like POS where clients can make payment by scanning a barcode? So I think you might have missed the beginning of the call there. UI, is it how I pronounce your name? But yes, so right now that is exactly how a merchant can receive the soft node, is they can scan the barcode. they can basically just scan it and they'll receive the PIN code and they can take it into their possession. But what our developers are working on right now is the UI UX application. So that's like the browser application, which will be the entire kind of user interface for sending and receiving soft notes, which will be linked up to the Tectum wallet, and the merchant or EPOS side of that will be all integrated in that UI UX app. And then that basically will give us the ability to migrate across onto Android and iOS. So yes, that's exactly what our focus is between now and the end of the year. Henry has then asked, what marketing efforts are you currently implementing into getting more people informed about the Tectum brand and its products, especially in Africa and Asia, where crypto adoption is increasing massively? Great question. So we did just finish one of, if not the biggest airdrops in crypto history. So we did $150,000 worth of TET token for an airdrop. We awarded 1,500 unique or individual winners for that. Now that did help grow our following. It helped grow our wallets. And that just ended, and we got those awards sent out like last week or the week before. As I also mentioned at the start of the call, which you may not have heard, is that our marketing agency and the guys from Pink Sale and Uptrend, they basically said to us that spending big money on marketing right now is just pouring it down the drain. So the best way to market is to do what's organic marketing and focus on going out and speaking to communities where there are actually active members who are switched on and paying attention while this bear market is happening. So that's what we've been focused on. So Trevor and I, we've been doing AMAs. We did 2 last night or yesterday. We have another one. I say night because everything I do is in the evening because I'm in Australia and we're ahead of Europe and the rest of the world. But so yeah, we did 2 yesterday. We've got another one on Friday. We've got 2 next Wednesday. So we're basically going out now into all of these smaller communities and just speaking to them and answering questions and obviously educating them on the product and the project. And that's actually been really good. We're getting more people come on board from that. And we've had new wallets created because of that. So there's genuine excitement
real quick,
amongst
Brandon.
Yeah,
you
sure.
guys doing the AMA at the same time, right? Each week, the same time, right? Same time frame.
This AMA, yeah, this is on the same week. This is on the same time every Thursday, and there's also
awesome.
an American one on Monday night as well.
Okay, awesome. Yeah, that one. Just because I work all the time, I work full time, so I'm actually it's like 1 a.m.
Gotcha.
right now. I just stayed up just to attend this AMA, but yes, yeah, like I
I
worked all day
thought it would be
today.
late for you, yeah.
So yes, thank you though for being here and
Cool.
everything. So, but yeah, that'd be good if
Hello.
I'm able to just continually keep attending and not miss. So you know what you guys are doing.
Yeah, sure. Javed, you've got your hand up. Shoot, buddy.
Yeah, I am saying, can we make a reward plan for those people who onboarded the merchants, who explain the whole soft node payment system to the merchants, and make a single payment in front of him, I mean merchant, so merchants can understand properly how it works. So can we make a reward plan for those people who onboarded these merchants?
Can we make a reward system for people who bring merchants to the project?
Yeah, I am just saying.
Yes. So yeah, look, let me talk to the team about that. We can bring that up at the next board meeting. Yeah, I imagine we could do. There's no reason why not. I mean, we are obviously already giving any new merchants in the first 100 they're 12 months free, which is a pretty cool reward for the merchant themselves. But yeah, absolutely, there should be a referral system there as well. So yeah, let me get you some feedback on that.
Yeah, you are giving to the benefits to the merchant. I am saying those who onboarded. I think if we will make this system, then people find so many merchants and make them register to the Tectum and onboarded and explain all the whole process. And I think it will help to the marketing for the Tectum.
Sure, sure.
How many merchants do you think you can onboard, Javid?
Yeah, there can be so much, but you know about the UPI. In India, UPI works freely. That is the only problem. If there is no any free, then we can make so many merchants. Even I can make hundreds of merchants. But the UPI is killing all the financial system in India
Okay.
because it's directly connected to the banks, and people when transfer from bank to bank, they feel very, I mean, very safe because bank is controlling everything. If transaction maybe failed, so they can go to the bank.
Right, right. So most payments in India are centralized right now, and where
All payments are centralized, and UPI system is made by the Indian government, and it is a
right,
vast system and very huge system. I think it does around 200 million transaction in month,
right, right.
but they are doing all free at this time. This is the main problem. If they charge, so we can try after that. Because everyone wants to make free, everyone wants to get free things.
Right,
What's
right.
the
Yeah,
UPI system, Javid?
Yeah, UPI system. I think you should read about this system. It is totally free. That is the main problem in India. That's why the crypto adoption is not increasing.
Got you. Okay, cool. Ken has his hand up for a question.
Yeah,
Cash?
I'll just good evening or morning, everybody. It's 4 a.m. here in Washington, D.C. Just on Javid's question, Javid and anybody else, what I'd recommend is that if you do talk to a merchant, if you sign them up underneath your wallet referral code, and let them know that they should sign up their constituents, their customers, under their own wallet referral codes, so that people can use soft notes within their stores. You'll benefit from that. They'll be in your downstream, and so a merchant will have thousands of customers. Well, those are thousands of people right there underneath you that you don't have to go out and talk to every day to get them to purchase TET. And so just for today, you do have a benefit that you can go out and exercise and be able to get great rewards from that. Just today, go. I understand you have the UPI system in India, but for anybody else who's not under that constraint, I would certainly encourage you to go out and talk to merchants and get them on board and get them on board underneath you, because you will benefit greatly from that.
Good point.
Yeah, thanks, Ken.
Andy Dume has said in the chat here, why is there no staking on Tectum wallet? I believe that staking can help to increase the Tectum value. Maybe can use a different approach to reward the hodler. Yeah, that's a great point. I think it's something that will be in the future once we are listed. But yeah, Trevor, do you know any more about that?
Yeah, well, see, the staking side of things, with most tokens that you can stake, it's a great incentive to keep the tokens to stake, and that there retains the value. But it's kind of a quick fix to an issue, and it's just basically, it's just basically what would you say? Like it's like shares in a company or in a stock. And the more stock that you have, the more value the company has. It's the same that's utilized onto cryptocurrencies as a staking program. When we created the TET utility token, we created it with utility. And
Yes, with use cases. Not
yes,
all cases.
and the use case, the more utility that it provides, then the more value that it holds.
Exactly.
Because we have lined up the TET token to where that's the only way you can mint a soft note. The only way a soft note comes into existence, into the world, is if you use a TET token to mint it. Right now, there's a special offer, but once the special offer is over, then a formula replaces that offer in which supply and demand will then dictate the price of the token based on the demand for mint and soft notes. It's got its own real life economics metrics that's going to be built into it. And that there is what's going to regulate the price in a sense. And that's why we're opting, well, right now, we're opting not to be staking on the Tectum wallet. That could change over time if we feel that there's a good use case behind it. But on a lower level, staking doesn't really help our ecosystem much. So if it doesn't help much,
Predator, nothing. It's just holding. So
yeah, so that Andy, I hope that sort of answers the question there. Right now, we feel that a staking model can't be implemented on our ecosystem better than the system we have now, with supply demand for a utility token to be used for its utility value.
Yeah, and that's why I believe the price of Ethereum is the way it is, proportionally to all the other cryptocurrencies, because it has use cases. It's not just like a token or just like a form of funds. It's like, yeah, you can do a lot of different, develop apps and all the Ethereum network and all that. So yeah, use cases basically. I think that's what really drives the value of a product, honestly. Like you shouldn't have to show your own product, your product should be able to sell itself basically. That's what I think. But that's like a general look at it. But yes.
Yeah, Ethereum is a different animal. I mean, Ethereum was kind of the first, well, it came after Bitcoin, and it became the second generation blockchain. But since then, Ethereum has become kind of parasitic by nature, because you can just mint whatever coin you want and put it into the ecosystem. But unless a coin has got value, adds value to the ecosystem, then it's just parasitic. It's no better off than having a printing press behind the scenes, printing everybody's wealth out of existence. It's very similar to that. And I'm not knocking. It was the best of what they could do. That generation created an ecosystem in which
first came out. Yes. But no, like there are a lot of other things that don't develop as efficiently as you'd like. But
so that's the thing with Ethereum, was it just got there first. The drawbacks, we're seeing the drawbacks and the limits to their scalability and their interoperability. I mean, they're needing layer 2 solutions like Polygon to make things with less friction and less gas fees. But I mean, the layer 2s probably over time, once they scale up, they'll have similar issues as well. The gas fees on Polygon will probably get higher and higher and higher once the value of the Polygon coin goes up and up and up. We don't have that issue. There's no gas fees on our network. It's completely frictionless. You can build your decentralized applications on our network there with zero friction. And what's going to give it value is real world economics built into the model, in which you can utilize it in the real world.
That's what's going to make it sustainable, I believe. So
yeah, exactly.
Sustainability and being efficient and being sustainable during real life. That's the thing. That's what makes I mean, you need real case situations and real case, like basically real life stuff affecting it, and you being able to endure it, and basically your project thriving. Because otherwise it's like Yeah, like with Ethereum, what are they doing with like you just mentioned, with Polygon to less friction on the network, right? For Ethereum. But then it's kind of like a band-aid, right? Because then eventually Polygon, yeah, the fees on that's gonna go up, you know, in price. And what are they gonna do? Like another Polygon or another, you know, something else to buffer it, maybe buffer the friction on the network and stuff. But yeah, that's why you guys are doing real good with the ideology in general. Just the whole taking a step back from them, just basically doing the underlying and take out, make sure everything's transaction all smooth, but not being like Ethereum and stuff. So yeah, looking forward to everything good with you guys. So
Sure. All right. Any other questions? Absar, I can buy token for $2. Oh, the sale ended last night, buddy.
The sale did end. The sale did end last night. Depending on volume and what you're looking at, I will speak to Alex and just see. I don't know if we'll be able to get them down as low as $2, but as I say, depending on how much you're looking at buying, we might be able to help you out with something. So yeah, just send me a DM and we'll have a chat.
All right. Well, I think that's all the questions at the moment. What do you think now, Brendan?
Yeah, we will jump into our TET giveaway. So yeah, we will just run this one on the Zoom chat going forward. It means that way that we can keep doing it every week rather than if we split it across both, then we'd have to look at starting to pull it back to every second week. So we will I will ask 5 questions. The first correct answer in the chat will win. Each answer will be awarded with 10 TET tokens, which is $30 worth. So yeah, get ready on your keyboards. And if you've been listening and know about the project, you're in with a good shot. So question number 1, and I said this a bunch of times today. What are our devs, our developers, focused on between now and the end of the year? What are our devs focused on between now and the end of the year? Boom. Javed was quick on that one.
good job, Javed. Yeah.
All right. Question number 2. What is the utility of TET? What is the utility of TET? I need more than that.
Come on,
No,
people. Come on.
What's the utility of the TET token?
It's like almost there.
Yeah.
Almost there, guys. Come on, guys. Yeah, I'm not gonna participate in the thing, but I just want to make sure if anybody else participates or pay attention.
Jump in, man. Feel free. You might as well. There we go. That was better, Javed.
There you go.
Yeah,
good job.
I win too.
Awesome. All right, guys. Yeah, so that's right. The utility of the TET token is that you can mint soft notes. That's the utility of TET. So after question number 3, after minting, what is the second step for soft note to become active? After minting, what is the second step for soft note to become active?
Feeling like
Yes, I'll take that, Javed. Yep. So come on, guys. You can't let him win all of them.
Come on, guys.
So yeah, that's right. So there is 2 steps to...
I'm not participating on purpose so that other people can, engage. But come on, guys. Otherwise, it's just job in the middle. I'm just kidding.
There is 2 stages. There is the minting and then providing the liquidity or filling the soft note with liquidity. And again, each of those positions hold a license and they will be rewarded with a 10% of the 1% merchant fees for the soft note's entire life cycle. Question number 4, how much will merchants pay for the service of receiving soft note into their business? How much will merchants pay for the service of receiving soft note?
1%.
Javed got it again. Andy, you were faster, but you had the wrong number.
So Kenneth.
Yeah, I win 4. I win. I think I will today.
You got 4.
Yeah,
All right.
yeah.
Who's going to get number 5? Should we mute Javed? No, I'm kidding. If I mint,
Kenneth, I think
if
Kenneth did the answer last time. We might have an answer for us. Or an answer
all
for you
right,
guys. Last
you ready,
question.
guys? Question number 5. If I mint soft note and provide liquidity, how much of that fee will I be rewarded with?
Oh, it's like you just said it.
He got it.
Good
5
job,
from
Gab.
5.
Okay, Kenneth. His Wi-Fi was slow, or his internet was slow. I'm just kidding.
Oh,
Great
nice one,
AMA though,
Kenneth.
guys. Good job. Thank you.
No, I appreciate it, guys. I love that the community's growing and we're seeing different faces on here. Welcome to everyone. It's great to have you on board, and appreciate you guys participating and asking questions. So we will be back on again next Thursday at the same time. Yeah, hope to see you all then.
Okay, everybody have a good night, good morning. Take
Thanks,
care,
man.
stay safe, okay? And I'll see you guys soon.
All right.
Good health to you, brother. Take care.
Yeah. See you, buddy.
Thank you.